as well.
Hey there, hi there. It's me, Priscilla V. Welcome to your messages from the universe love reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start with your message. Okay. So, up first, we have the Six of Cups. Okay. So, really, what this card means is that, like, you are manifesting your dreams here. You're manifesting your desires. You're really, like, showcasing your skills and your ability to learn and ability to expand your mind, and you're opening yourself up to being more emotionally fulfilled by like more than one person. And this isn't like necessarily like more than one like person you're dating. No, that's not what I mean. I mean that this is like more than one person that is going to offer you like that emotional support you're looking for, that fulfillment you're going to look for. Okay. And your career goals and aspirations. Okay, so for your Six of Cups, so that's for your like love career goals. Now when it comes to your family, I have the memories card, okay, with this mermaid, and she's obviously looks like very sad. She obviously is looking at pictures of the past, and it's kind of reminding her of like better times than she's currently having. Okay, so I want you to take a look at that and really think about, like, as we move forward into the messages here, I want you to think of like really long and hard about what it means to like take a picture of something and what that picture represents and how that picture is going to maybe change the course of your life, change the history, or even just remind you of the history that between you and others. Okay, so hold on one second. Right. Now's a good time to break out your journal, your tarot card journal. All right. So, moving forward, I have some moon oracle cards for you, okay? So, to search for the truth, okay, it is right in front of you, okay? The truth is right in front of you, okay? So, for those of you who are like wondering why something is the way it is, or how something came to be, the reason for that is because of you need to move towards your goal here, move towards the goal here. Okay, so like in other words, don't let the past like dictate too much. Okay, like I feel like what's currently going on is more important to focus on that. And I also feel like with the memories card and the mermaid here, it's a strong indication to me that universe wants you to know that moving forward in such a way that is going to like basically like illuminate the whole like the outer perspective, or the um like the initiative that you're making to gain more insight and clarity onto a situation. And I also feel like for a lot of you, like um these pictures that, or these images that keep recurring in your mind, and all these memories that keep reoccurring, I feel like if you've already had these memories before and then they're past memories that are coming up now, it's like it's because the current situation that you're in is going back in your memory, kind of like a time machine. You're imagine your mind is like a time machine, and you're going back in time to kind of figure out why something is going on or what's going on. And this has a lot to do with relationships, and love is part of those relationships. Like some relationships we either hate or we love, and depending on which energy we're drawn to more, is the relationships we're going to focus on more. So if you're in a loving, kind, beautiful, joyful, happy relationship, you're going to focus and put more of your energy and time into nurturing that relationship, into watching it grow and blossom into something beautiful. But if you do not like the energy surrounding certain relationships, then you're not going to spend so much time focusing your energy on that. So you see what I'm saying here? It's like you're shifting. Imagine like yourself as shifting gears, okay? You're shifting gears here. You're shifting from going from like neutral, like you're not really feeling it. Like you feel just in the one area, like there's not too much going on there. And then you shift into like one, two, three, or four, five gears. And now you're shifting into like a whole new perspective, and a whole new feeling in that relationship. Okay. Yeah. So try to accept life's imperfections and stay positive. So, not everything is always going to go according to plan. Sometimes we get these little surprises or these little hiccups that might draw caution. But I'm not saying like, I'm saying, like, even though it's drawing caution, like, does that mean you just give up? Does that mean you just surrender? Does that mean you change and you adapt and you learn and you grow? I think it means that you need to grow. I think means you need to expand more. Freedom, greatness. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty here in front of the moon. Okay, did she give up, right? She's, of course, like, not necessarily a real person, but she's a representation of what freedom means. A woman who's holding a torch or holding a light up. Okay. And it's very in tune with emotions here, the emotion and feeling of freedom. Okay. So that comes from generations and generations. Like when you're looking at a picture, an old antique picture of like great great grandparents, right? And how they started off in like this foreign country. Well, to you it's foreign, but for them that was their home, that was their homeland. But then, like, due to war or famine or disease or all three or poverty, whatever it is that was forcing them to leave and go far away from that home, and they had to learn how to adapt and they had to travel. So, memories, the mermaid here is very much you looking at these past photos and being like, they had to move, they had to adapt. And not all memories are always good, but do you see a lot of people taking pictures of bad memories and like a bad wedding day and putting that in a frame? No, because nobody took pictures that day. They were like, oh, nobody's getting married today, got, toss out the camera. Don't have no pictures to take. So that's why you're kind of sad here. That's why the mermaid is kind of sad here, is because she knows deep down inside there are pictures, memories, not actual physical photographs. This is like a frame of mind here, okay? There are actual memories here of sadness. There are actually memories here of bad days. But imagine taking a picture of that bad day and putting it in a frame. That would be weird. No one does that because no one wants to remember it, right? Okay. But nonetheless, these things do happen. Like, we do have like news articles and we do see things like that. Like people do take pictures of bad days, but that's usually like headliners, that's usually in the news versus, you know, an actual person in their home holding up a photograph of like the day they were like fighting with their partner or something like that. Like someone photographed that. No, that doesn't make any sense. So seek the truth here. It's right in front of you. So shift gears here a little bit. And instead of staying in this mindset where you're stuck figuring out why something happened or why there's only good memories and no one wants to remember the bad memories, people do remember. It's just, and they don't, it's not like they forget. That's just like words they use. But it's just like more about a mindset of shifting yourself into a different perspective. Okay, you have to get your out of your head a little bit and realize, like, I'm not going to make it by just focusing on the darkness. I'm not going to make it by focusing on the mistakes. Okay. In every relationship, there's always going to be mistakes. In every relationship, there's always going to be error of judgment. There's always going to be some sort of like unsureness or lack of perspective. Everybody's like human, so not everyone is always going to get it. But I wish I could right my wrongs. So this person that you're thinking of, or people that you're thinking of, they do wish they could right their wrongs. Somewhere deep inside, nobody wants to hurt someone they love and care for, right? It just, when it happens over and over again repeatedly, then you have to realize, like, am I focusing love energy onto them because they're not focusing on to me, right? So you have to kind of just give yourself a break from that and just seek out your own clarity for your own mission and your own trials and things like, and errors and things like that. Okay. That's the way you can really search for the truth, is by understanding, like, and studying, that's a perfect way to example. So that being said, you know, when it comes to searching for the truth, it is right in front of you. So that means, like, if you're studying something and let's say you don't get necessarily like a passing grade the first time around, that's okay. Just like go over the test again. Memorize the ones that you got wrong, memorize the answers, and just keep going over it, and then eventually you'll pass, and then you right at the wrongs, right? So take that like concept, right, when it just comes to like saying, like, taking like a test online or something like that, and then use that skill to move forward and launch yourself into like bigger things. So if you mess up the first time, it's okay. All right, don't beat yourself up about it. Just remember what happened that made it go wrong in the first place, and then eliminate that by trying a different technique or a different solution or whatever it is, right? And then you come to new solutions, and then you get the problems right the second time around. So you already know that certain people have certain problems, right? You already know that you have certain problems. So know that about yourself, know that about the people around you, and then move away from what you can't fix, because you're not going to be able to fix their problems for them. You can try to eliminate certain things if you're very close to them, like try to encourage them to do less of something if it makes them like worse. But overall, just focus on you and making the right judgment calls when it's time for you to make the right judgment calls. Okay, now move towards the goal. That's you now moving towards the goal. Okay, we're moving towards the goal here. Thumbs up. So we got the bluebird here. Okay, so the bluebird here, the bluebird feather here. Okay, so you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. See, it's a beautiful bluebird. Okay, so I hope you like the peacock in the back too, because I've been having like, I had a stream about this peacock, and I keep seeing it reoccurring in Capricorn tarot card videos that I've been watching. So I don't have the card right now in front of me, but I do have this little bluebird, which is really cute. So you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Okay, so there's a little bluebird, and this also kind of reminds me of the Bob Marley song too, a little bit. You know, that don't worry, be happy. Okay, so blessings of happiness and peace are coming in, so don't worry, be happy. Okay, move towards the goal. Okay, and the goal is for you to be happy. Ultimately, the goal is for you to be happy. It's for your happiness. If your happiness is not other people's happiness, that's not your problem. That's one of those things that I'm telling you is not your problem, that you can't fix. You can't let yourself be less happy to make someone else happy, right? That doesn't make any sense, and that person isn't here with you. So you don't want to be in any kind of relationship. I don't care who the person is in your life. You don't want to be in any type of relationship where in order for them to be happy, you have to be like down here, like, and they have to be up here. So what I mean by that is, like, if they're saying like, oh, I'm not going, like, I want you to be poor forever. That is a red flag. They do not belong in your relationship circle. They do not belong in your atmosphere. Okay. Like if you're like, oh, I could really use this and I could really use support in it. I'm not saying you have to give me money. I'm not saying, you have to hand out any handouts, nothing like that. Just like support, just encouragement, like cheerleader, like go team, go. Like you got this. Okay. So if they're not meeting you there and they're not being your cheerleader, they're not, yeah, bye. Bye. So you see what I'm saying? So anyways, I know I'm doing these like weird little hand things, but anyway, moving on. So find happiness and blessings within yourself. So if you know you have the resources to, go and do something for yourself that's going to make you happy. Okay. Keywords here, you happy. Okay. That's the goal here. That's the mission here. It's for you to love yourself and for you to be happy, because all those other people who love you and respect you are going to be here with you, celebrating with you. And all those people who don't want you to be happy and who don't love you are going to be over there minding their own business. Okay. Alrighty. So moving on. Try to accept life's imperfections and stay positive. So we all know life's not perfect, right? So we want to go do something. We think it's going to be great. We think it's going to be amazing. Turns out there's a little hiccup. There's a little step back here, a little step back there, but we are going to change our perspective. So instead of seeing it as a setback, we're going to see it as a step forward. So you're not seeing things as a step back anymore. You're rewire your brain, okay? Write that down. Rewire your brain, okay? Rewire your brain to think these are steps forward, not steps back. The more comfortable you get saying that, the more wiser you are, the more stronger you are, the more you believe in yourself. Because, there are so many reasons why we shouldn't do something, right? There's so many reasons, but there's literally only one reason why we should do something. And that is because it makes us happy. Okay. So there's a million reasons why people don't do things in life and they stay stagnant forever and they stay stuck forever. And that's because they don't keep moving forward, because they see moving forward as too much of a challenge or too scary. And you know what? We're not going to get into that, okay? Because that's not what we're here for. We're here to move forward in life. We're here to take steps forward. We're here to make goals and then check them off our list, and then boom, equals happiness. Check that goal off, boom, happiness. Okay, so that's what you need to do. And when you do that, you are going to have bliss in your life. You are going to feel this wonderful surge of energy, of blissfulness, of happiness, of love, of light in your life. And you're really going to truly start to manifest the true, your heart's truest desires. And that's really how you stay positive. So when you look at all the imperfections, whose imperfections are those? Are those imperfections that were taught to you, that you were told, like, if this occurs or this occurs, that's a sign that you're not supposed to be happy? Absolutely not. Yeah. So the perfect example of that is, let's say you go to the store and you really want to buy orange juice. You get to the store and there's no orange juice in the coolers. Okay. The orange juice is all taken out. Okay. Now you've been really, really wanting this orange juice for a long time. Okay. Okay. So you get to the store. All right, I swear I have a point here. Okay, so you get to the store, right? And you wanted orange juice. There's no orange juice, right? But then you notice that there is orange juice, except it has some mango in it, right? And you're like, wow, I never tried orange juice with mango in it before. I really wanted orange juice. Oh, I hate this world. Oh, this world sucks. Is that going to be how you see things? Is that really how you're going to walk through life? Just noticing all the things that go wrong in your life, noticing all the things that are mistakes, noticing all the things that don't go the way you wanted them to go? What kind of life is that? No, you grab the orange juice with the mango and you go home and you try the damn orange juice with mango and you find out that it tastes pretty damn good. Okay? That's what you do. Okay? So even though we see imperfections, right? we have to just be willing to accept that that's going to happen in life. We can't get upset about it. We can't control everything. And if we can't control everything, then why are we getting mad when we can't, right? Instead, just be like, okay, this is my temporary reality here. This is like a little bit, out of my expertise here. Orange juice, right? With mango. But I'm going to try it anyway because why the hell not, right? So that's all that is. And then once you do that, you have bliss and you have happiness here. And you can see here that, she's very happy. She's letting life energies and source and spirit guides and, abundance and everything flow through her. And she's really accepting the reality she lives in such a beautiful, unique, and special way that is ultimately giving her bliss. Okay, because she knows life is not perfect. She knows the world is not a perfect place. We all know this to be true. However, when we are willing to accept this, that is when we find true inner peace. And that's how we stay positive. All right, now we have, last but not least, we have freedom of greatness. Okay, now with the freedom of greatness, okay, I have for you the Ace of Chalices here. Okay. Okay, so I have for you the Ace of Chalices, which is this card right here, Ace of Chalices, okay? And I also have here the Nine of Pentacles as well, okay? So we have Ace of Chalices and the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So, the fountain here with the water, all this beautiful light coming out of it, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles as well with this woman who's like in this very beautiful garden here. Okay, so that being said, there's a reason why you need to feel good about yourself, and there's a reason why you need to just be able to basically just be your true authentic self. So even though there is this idea behind freedom and greatness that is that's not realistic, or there are limitations to what that means. Regardless of that, you have to just know what your limitations are, and you have to know what is really, really what makes you happy and really what gives you this center of peace here. Because the Nine of Pentacles here, this is a representation of a woman here making her own money, making her own wealth, making her own success. And she's finding peace with that. And she knows how to grow her own flowers. And she knows how to grow her own wealth and do it in a way that meets all of her goals and all of her expectations. And gives her freedom too. It's not like some kind of way of making money that doesn't make her feel free to be herself. It's a way of making money so that she can feel free to be herself. And the Ace of Chalices here is an indication that this gives emotional fulfillment, like the utmost emotional fulfillment. When you're doing exactly what you want to do, that gives you that sense of freedom, despite limitations. So that is what really true greatness is all about, is doing something that you love to do and being able to make a profit off that. In America anyway, in capitalism anyway. It doesn't mean necessarily that it's always going to be easy. In fact, it's not going to be easy, just like it wasn't easy for people to come to America and make a name for themselves. And it wasn't easy, but they did it anyway, and they did it despite the barriers that were put in place to keep them from feeling freedom and from being great. Okay, so that's kind of where you need to go in regards to that. And last but not least, we have the Queen of Cups. You can see here that she's cooked her own dinner. She, doesn't need a man. I'm not saying it's necessarily if you have a man, good for you. Just saying, like, if you don't have a man and you are pregnant or you have kids or you're going to have kids, you can single mom it. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. And you can make your own dinner. She's making her dinner here. She's a queen, right? Self-made queen right here. She can clean up herself. She can make dinner herself, and she can go to the ocean and even feed the fishes and have her little cat there as well. So, the Queen of Cups is all about that, finding your own self-worth and finding your own, like making a name for yourself basically, and loving yourself and practicing self-love and self-care and not worrying what other people think and not needing the like stamp of approval by any man or anyone for that matter. And that's kind of it. That's what I have for you. So I hope you enjoyed your messages of love from the universe. Overall, I think, the main message here is that you need to just love yourself. You need to trust source. You need to trust light. Follow your intuition. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And ultimately, you're a self-made queen. Okay. So love and light always. Bye.